Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Consciousness. This morning, I awoke to a noise of something coming crashing down. I still have no idea what it was, but I got out of bed to look around my house to see what fell, because it seemed like a tall something just had fallen down, and I wasn't sure if it was inside my house or outside my house. And then when I started to do my notes for the day, I realized it was the 16th, which is the tower. The tower is coming crashing down, so I knew immediately this was something significant for today. Today is the tower. It also adds up to the Knight of Cups, which is 39-3. And at the time that this came crashing down, it was 8:39 this morning. So this was the premise of my message this morning. So my first question was, what came crashing down? What was it? And what is the significance for today? So I was getting, the first message that I got was about the Queen of Cups. It starts out with the Queen of Cups, that she was a fool of new passion, whether it's creative or a relationship or sexual passion, draining the King of Cups connection. Starting again after boredom and integration, but guarded and weak with marriage, commitment, and establishment. There was a new idea for the Queen of Swords reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed. And I was definitely relating the wounded warrior as the Queen of Swords reversed, and the married person as the Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so this can definitely relate to the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, but both in reverse. There was a new idea that comes for them, where the King of Wands family legacy of the Empress reverse, which is all about lack, so legacy of lack, and the High Priestess reversed, which is no intuition, or legacy of not knowing or being in your knowing, that it stops with him, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this was about the King of Cups, or the child of the King and Queen of Cups. The Knight of Cups, or Divine Masculine, is now putting his foot down and saying these victim mentalities, or lack, or not knowing, lack of intuition. It's, the buck stops with him. Cards came out in a reverse pyramid that was top heavy, just like the tower coming crashing down on the day of the tower, number 16, with 17 cards. And recently I just got 16 plus 1. So someone's definitely turning 16, having a 16th birthday with 1 for good luck, or it could be turning 17 as well. But 17 cards, that was specific again, and it is the star of hopes and dreams and wishes coming true. So it was the day of the 16 when something came crashing down, and it's very rainy and windy outside here today. The underlying energies were all about the messenger of truth coming to those who didn't know. A King of Pentacles reversed, letting go of a little bit of money in order to stop the fighting, the conflict. The Knight of Pentacles now goes on and makes a practical offer. So this little mini spread of my mini deck started with the Queen of Cups and ended with the Knight of Cups. Okay? But the first row was the Queen of Cups to the Two of Cups, about her coming together with her soulmate. And then the Knight of Pentacles was that underlying energy coming into the Knight of Cups. So it's definitely about the twins coming together, and how the masculine is now standing up for his own truth, for his authentic self. And then I was asking again, well, what does this mean? I need more information about this. So then I got, it was all about the angels receiving quick messages, or maybe a message of truth comes in quickly from a Queen of Pentacles in her own world, complete with truth about the dark or the shadow side of the wounded warrior, right? Because this is all about victim mentality. The wounded warrior is the victim. The underlying energy here was all about maybe a tree, but it's also about nature, because Mother Nature's been coming up all week. But maybe a tree fell down for me, okay? But I was also getting that children, and Spirit's connecting with me about the tree, but children or young neighbors may be in the garden or the yard doing a project out in the cold and then rushing inside to get warm. And then what came up was, Hosanna, Hosanna, tell the rabble to be quiet, they anticipate a riot. This common crowd is much too loud. Tell the mob who sing your song that they are fools and they are wrong. They are a curse and they should disperse, okay? So this was coming up about, from Jesus Christ Superstar. I was literally, the download was coming in, literally, tell the rabble to be quiet, they anticipate a riot. Okay, so this is about the crowd, the people, the community, your neighbors, and love thy neighbor. Jesus said to the crowd in that song, you know, they were all saying, you know, Jesus, will you fight for me? Jesus, will you die for me? And Jesus says to the crowd, sing me your songs, but not for me alone. Sing out for yourselves, for you are blessed. There is not one of you who cannot win the kingdom. The slow, the suffering, the quick, the dead. Okay? So, reiterating that it's not just about him, it's about loving yourself. So it's about reaching out for the feminine, reaching out, longing for the divine masculine, to, you know, love yourself first. You know, sing to me too, but love yourself first. Okay, and again, the chorus is all about, hey JC, JC, won't you fight for me? And the last one is, won't you die for me? Xana, hey, Xana, ho, superstar. Okay. So then, my question was, what do my viewers need to know about this? All right, what is the final message here of the 3 questions? So the energy I was getting was a father or a disgruntled neighbor is telling a partner, the feminine partner, or a daughter, that if you want peace, or if you want to go for a boat ride or a horse ride, those 2 specific things were coming up, that you must first clean up the yard, or it can be the house as well, but I was specifically seeing a yard. But then the kids are celebrating a clean yard, excited now to go out and have fun, because they get to have their prize, their reward. So good news is definitely in the underlying energy, but there's good news or a message that comes through now, okay? Or it's just the Queen of Cups from the energy, the underlying energy of this whole read is the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, and then the Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups trying to keep the peace with mean or messy neighbors. And those neighbors may have kids, or maybe always be partying or leaving their trash in your yard, okay? So the message is that the angels are always whole and at 0 point. And in nature, with green all around them, the green naturally protects them. That nature is a natural protectant. All right? And that you will always be surrounded by a bull who is stubborn, or a lion who is bossy, or an eagle who is wise, but may come off as a know-it-all. And there'll always be one simple good man. The 2 lower vibrations and 2 higher vibrations. There will always be conflict around you, or expansion, and an emperor, the governing body. Stand your ground without holding on to the negative energy, the trash, their negative energy, or their trash, okay? So stand your ground without taking in the negative energy around you. Move if you need to. There's a whole beautiful countryside to see with wide open spaces. But as you keep your energy high, as within, so without, and you can change the energy around you. So it was saying, you know, move if you want to. You certainly can, but you don't have to, because as within, so without. As you raise your vibration, you raise the vibration of those around you. But there is patience required. The tower was caused by whiny, unhappy children at home, or possibly people without right now. Okay, so maybe someone's poor or has lost a lot of money recently, but those people without are recovering, have deep roots of feeling like failures and unworthiness, which causes blocks, breakdowns, and chaos. Impatience and dysfunctional families, unhappy and with no options. All right, so this is the energy of those neighbors who may not resonate with you. Help them over their sadness, their defensiveness, their victim mentality, negative self-talk, and abuse. This specifically was coming up. Obviously, not only masculines are verbally abusive and feminines are physically abusive, but this specifically was coming up today as the King of Swords reversed, as the abusive masculine verbally, and then, or his negative self-talk, and then the physically abusive Queen of Wands reversed, okay, who's physically abusive. And that can be abusive to self as well. But it's, you know, obviously abuse to others mainly. It was just 11-11, all right? So we're talking about abuse. If out of control fighting, let the establishment control the situation. Frustration and physical and creative blocks are resolved by the Emperor with truth. So if you need to rely on an establishment, go ahead. You always have them around your community. You need to call it in if you can't handle the situation, if it's too chaotic. But be firm and confident. Be strong and truthful when needed. When you have to deal with manipulative, disconnected men. All right, this is coming up as the King of Cups reversed, who are bored and feeling sorry for themselves. And again, this is victim mentality. The Scrooge and the Wounded Warrior, both in victim mentality, in fear. They hold on out of fear. Indecision because of past bad decisions, overindulgences and addictions, and gossip needing enlightening for big egos. Resisting an opportunity to learn from women in power. So this was also a big issue coming up about men with issues with women in power. The Empress and the High Priestess coming up here, both very strong women. And also jealousy of the Queen of Pentacles, who has everything in her comfortable environment. She may not be your typical woman in power, but she seems to have everything and she's comfortable. So it's about male jealousy coming up about this. And this with the literal cards from the Gilded Tarot that came up were first was the Angel, okay? And this was for both, but it was specific to the masculine today. Okay, it can be both, but it's the masculine energy. And then the World, all right? About being in your natural environment and being protected in that natural environment, all right? The conflict that comes up around you, that it will always be there, but it's specific today about your neighbors, all right? And then the Emperor, who maintains control, whether that's you or your community, all right? Standing up for yourself, but not being defensive. Always standing up for yourself, okay? Standing your ground, but not being reactive, okay? Don't take on their negative energies of your neighbor, okay? This is the message today. I hope you enjoyed the message. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe, and rise and be loved, guys. Bye.